Good afternoon, sci-fi movie nerds, and welcome to the last episode of 2017 of the show. I will be putting out a couple more videos before the end of 2017 about my best and worst sci-fi movies of the year, but this is my last show where I get to talk to you guys and just talk about what's going on in the news. But before we get to that, I just wanted to say wishing you all a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season, happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate over this holiday season. I want you to have a great time, whether that's just you being with your family or anything else. I hope you guys, it's everything that you want it to be. I really want to thank everybody who's watched my videos over the past year. It's been great being able to bring you some of the sci-fi news, and I really enjoy doing this, so thank you again, everybody. What I'm going to talk about today really quickly is The Last Jedi. It's the biggest thing on my mind right now, and it's about a lot of the people that are saying they don't like this movie. Now, I've said many times, films are subjective. So if you don't like this movie, and I do like this movie, that doesn't make either one of us right or wrong. It means we liked or didn't like this movie. So if you say it's the worst Star Wars movie ever, then to you it's the worst Star Wars movie ever. The thing that I get a little bit annoyed about is people that write and say, well, you're wrong, Mike, because you like this movie and I didn't, so I'm right and you're wrong. That is not the way to be a film fan or a movie fan, because we all have differing opinions on these things. My opinion is my opinion, and your opinion is your opinion. Now, I know some people are probably going to immediately write in the comments, well, your opinion is wrong. Well, nobody's opinion is wrong when it comes to watching movies, and I'm very clear about that. When I score movies, I gave Thor Ragnarok a go instead of a must-see, and I got a lot of people emailing me saying, oh, Mike, this is one of the best Marvel movies ever. Well, no, it isn't. Captain America Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier, The Avengers, those were incredible Marvel movies. Thor Ragnarok was a great movie, but not incredible, not super, not one of the best. So that's how I view it. But you may view it differently, just like I really like The Last Jedi. Now let's get into The Last Jedi for a minute, because I think there's some misconceptions about Star Wars fans are super passionate about Star Wars. And I'm happy when I get to meet one of these fans that is super passionate about Star Wars like I am. But a lot of you fans went into this movie expecting, okay, we're going to see Luke Skywalker training a big Jedi Academy, the flashbacks to that. Then we're going to see the turn of Kylo Ren and how awful it was. And I should say there's going to be spoilers in this movie, so I'm putting up the spoiler alert. There's going to be spoilers in this video. But you wanted to see how Kylo Ren got seduced by Snoke, and then you want to see later on Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren in a lightsaber battle. And you had all these expectations for this movie, and I know for a fact that Rian Johnson knew all these expectations when he was making this movie. You wanted Rey's parents to be Obi-Wan Kenobi or Luke Skywalker or Sheev Palpatine, and it was nobody. They were nobody. And I was absolutely blown away by that. And I was okay with it, because that was Rian Johnson's choice as a filmmaker. He's earned that right. Lucasfilm said, this is your movie. You're going to write it. You're going to direct it. So he made the story that he wanted to make. Now, I could have gone into this and say, oh, well, you didn't do anything that I would have done making this movie, and so I don't like it. And that would be really wrong. If that's how you enjoy movies, is being able to get a movie that you could have written, well, then why don't you just write a movie and go make it? I guess that's my point, really. I went into this movie very open-minded. I closed myself off from spoilers as much as I could, because I wanted to enjoy the film that Lucasfilm and Rian Johnson wanted me to enjoy. Were there bad parts about this movie? Yes, there are. You can check in my spoiler review. There were some bad parts in this movie. Even more so now I can talk about them because I've had a chance to see this movie. I've seen it 5 times now, whereas when I did the spoiler review, I'd only seen it once. The Canto Bite scene doesn't really go too well with me, especially when a lot of the CGI in it and they're riding those horses through the fields. Why was Benicio del Toro's character not the master codebreaker that they were going to find? Why did they have to have that guy and then Benicio del Toro be a prisoner in their cell? Because that could have sped it along quite a bit and got us out of Canto Bite. There's other things that I didn't like about this movie, but for the most part, I love this movie. I think I love it more than The Force Awakens, and I loved The Force Awakens. But again, now I know in the comment section you're going to be like, oh, Star Wars fanboy, you can't see the bad in these movies. Well, I can, because I really didn't like the prequels. So just so you know, I can see bad Star Wars movies. They've made them, and I've seen them. The Clone Wars animated movie was horrible. It's the worst of all of them. Yeah, I just wish that you guys would say, okay, you know what? I didn't like this movie. But stop doing petitions to have it removed from canon. You know what? This is just you being kind of stupid, because there's no way Lucasfilm, even if you got 10 million signatures, which you never would on these kind of petitions, are they going to take it out of canon or change it? So I don't know what you're doing, why you're doing it. You're just giving Star Wars fans like me and a lot of the people that watch this show a bad name. So please stop. Star Wars fans are passionate, but they're not stupid, okay? So let's get that cleared up. Again, I thought this was a fairly good movie, or year, 2017, for sci-fi movies. It wasn't the greatest. I think I enjoyed 15 and 16 a little bit better, but I'll get into that when I do my review of the best and worst sci-fi movies of 2017 coming up in a little bit. So watch for those closer to the New Year's Eve. And everybody, thanks again so much for tuning into my show. Really, really appreciate it. And remember, everybody, nerds rule the world.